Los Angeles, weather and traffic coming up. And tonight, the live final episode.
Last episode of Lear. Tonight, broadcast live from Hollywood.
A boss turned nightlife impresario.
The finale will play live to an audience. See the third Lear daughter on camera. She's never been seen on the show. She's rumored to be engaged to the head of Lear's hotel. She lives a quiet life and
killed. This is not a good man. This is a man who had people killed.
Rumors of a secret son.
The king had more affected the Duke of Albany than Cornwall.
It did always seem so to us, but now in the division of the kingdom, it appears not which of the dukes he values most. For equalities are so weighed that curiosity in neither can make choice of either's moiety.
Is not this your son, my lord?
His breeding, sir, hath been at my charge. I have so often blushed to acknowledge him that now I am brazen to it.
I cannot conceive you.
This young fellow's mother could, whereupon she grew round-wombed, and had indeed, sir, a son for her cradle, as she had a husband for her bed. Do you smell a fault?
I cannot wish the fault undone, the issue of it being so proper.
But I have, sir, a son by order of law, some year elder than this, who yet is no dearer in my account. Though this knave came something saucily into the world before he was sent for, was his mother fair? There was good sport at his making, and the whoreson must be acknowledged. Do you know this noble gentleman, Edmund?
No, my lord.
My lord of Kent. Remember him hereafter as my honorable friend.
My services, dear lordship.
I must love you, and soon to know you better.
Sir, I shall study deserving.
He hath been out 9 years, and away he shall again. The king is coming.
Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines the lag of a brother? Why bastard? Wherefore base? When my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, and my shape as true as honest madam's issue, why brand they us with base? With baseness, bastardy, base. Who in the lusty stealth of nature take more fierce composition than doth? Who in a dull, stale, tired bed go to the creating a whole tribe of fops atween sleep and wake? Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as the legitimate. Finally legitimate. If my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow. I prosper. Now, gods. Bastards.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose.
Know that we have divided in three our kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we unburden crawl towards death. Our son of Cornwall, and you are no less loving son of Albany. We have this hour a constant will to publish our daughter several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. Eh? Yeah. Tell me, my girls, since now we divest us both of rule, interest of territory, cares of state, which of you shall we say doth love us most? That we our largest bounty may expand, where nature doth with merit challenge, huh? Goneril, our eldest born, speak first. Yeah!
Sir, I love you more than words can wield the matter. dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare. No less than life with grace, health, beauty, and honor, as much as child e'er loved or father found. A love that makes breath poor and speech unable, beyond all manner of so much. I love you.
Of all these bounds, even from this line to that, will make the end.
What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan?
Wife to Cornwall. Speak.
Sir, I am made of that self-same metal that my sister is, and prize me at her word. In my true heart, I find she names my very deed of love. Only, she comes too short. That I profess myself an enemy to all other joys which the most precious square of sense possesses, and find I am alone felicitate in your dear highness' love.
To be in thy hereditary, remain this ample third of our kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure than that conferred on John. And now, to our joy, although the last not least, Cordelia! Yeah, Cordelia! Yeah. Woo! What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Eh? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing. Ah,
Nothing.
Hey, nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am a canary. My heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, nor more nor less.
How, Cordelia? Mend your speech a little, lest it mar your fortune.
Oh, my lord, you have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return these duties back as our right fit, obey you, love you, and most honor you.
Goes thy heart with this? So young, so untender?
So young, my lord, and true.
Thy truth, then, be thy dower. Here I disclaim all paternal care, propinquity and property of blood. And as are a stranger to my heart and me, art thou my sometime daughter.
Good my lord.
Peace, Kent! Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hands it upon my sight! With my two daughters! With my two daughters' dowers, digest this third. I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence, and all large effects that troop with majesty. Ourself, by monthly course, with reservation of 100 nights, by you to be sustained, shall our abode make with you by due turn. Only we retain a name and all additions of a king. The sway, revenue, execution, the rest of it, beloved sons, be yours. Which to confirm this coronet part betwixt you.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master, followed as my great patron.
The bow is bent and drawn, made from the shaft.
Well, let it fall, rather, though the fork invade the region of my heart. Be Kent unmannerly when Lear is mad. What wilt thou do, old man? Reverse thy doom. Answer my life, my judgment. Thy youngest daughter does not love thee least, nor are those empty-hearted whose low sound of verb no hollowness, nor while I can vent clamor from my throat, I will tell thee thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant! On thy allegiance, hear me! Since thou hast sought to make us break our vow, 5 days we allot thee for provisions to shield thee from diseases of the world. And on the 6th, to turn thy hated back upon our kingdom. And if on the 10th day following thy banished trunk be found in our dominion, the moment be thy death.
Fare thee well, king, since thus thou wilt appear. Freedom lives hence, and banishment is here. The gods to their dear shelter take thee, maid, that justly thinks and has most rightly said. And your large speeches may your deeds approve, that good effects may spring from words of love.
My lord of France, we first address this to you. What in least we require for dower?
I crave no more than hath your highness offered.
When she was dear to us, we did hold her so. But now her price has fallen.
Pardon me, royal sir?
Will you, with those affirmities she owes, unfriended, newly adopted to our hate, dowered with our curses, strangered with our oaths, take her or leave her?
Sir, this is most strange, that she, who even but now be your best object, the argument of your praise, the balm of your age.
I yet beseech your lord, if I for want that glib and oily art to speak and purpose not what I will intend, I'll do it before I speak. That you make known as no vicious plot, murder, or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that hath deprived me of your grace and favor. But even for want of that for which I am the richer, a still soliciting eye, and such a tongue as I am glad I have not. Not to have it hath lost me in your liking.
Better thou had not been born, and not to have pleased me better.
Fairest Cordelia, thou art most rich, being poor.
Thou hast her, France. Let her be thine, for we have no such daughter, nor shall we ever look on that face of hers again.
Therefore be gone! Without our grace, our love, our venison!
I think our father will hence tonight. That's most certain. And with you, next month with us. He also changes his ages. The observation we have made of it hath not been little. He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off appears too grossly.
'Tis the infirmity of his age, yet he hath ever but slenderly known himself.
The best and soundest of his time hath been but rash. Then must we look to receive from his age not alone the imperfections of long and graft condition, but therewithal the unruly waywardness that infirm and choleric years bring with them.
Such inconstant starts we like to have from him as this of Kent's banishment. The jewels of our father, with washed eyes Cordelia leaves you. I know you what you are. Love well our father, to your professed bosoms I commit him. But yet, alas, stood I within his grace, I would prefer him to a better place. Prescribe not us our duties.
Let your study be to content your lord, who hath received you at fortune's alms. You have obedience scanted, and well are worth the want that you have wanted. Ugh.
Kent banished thus, and France in choler parted, and the king gone tonight, subscribed his power, confined to exhibition. All this done upon the gad. Edmund! How now? What news?
I know no news, my lord.
What were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
The quality of nothing hath not such need to hide itself. Let's see, come. If it be nothing, I shall not need spectacles.
I beseech you, sir, pardon me. It's from my brother, and for so much as I peruse, I find it not fit for your overlooking.
See.
I hope for my brother's justification he wrote this but as an essay, or...
This policy and reverence of age makes us bitter to the best of our times, keeps our fortunes from us till our oldness cannot relish them. I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny, who sways not as it hath power, but as it is suffered. If our father would sleep till I waked him, you should have his revenue forever, and live the beloved of your brother conspiracy. Sleep till I waked him? You should enjoy half his revenue? My son Edgar, he had a hand to write this, a heart and brain to breed it in.
It is his hand, my lord, but I hope his heart is not in the...
Heretofore sounded you in this business.
Never, my lord. But I have oft heard him maintain it befit that son's at a perfect age, father's declining, the father should be his ward to the son, and the son manages revenue.
Oh, villain, villain, unnatural, detested, brutish villain, worse than brutish. Go, Sirrah, seek him, I'll apprehend him. Abominable villain. Where is he?
I do not well know, my lord. If it shall please you to suspend your indignation against my brother until you can derive him a better testimony of his intent, you shall run a certain course, where if you violently proceed against him, mistaking his purpose, it would make a great gap in your own honor and shake in pieces the heart of his obedience. I dare pawn down my life for him that he hath wrote this to feel my affection to your honor and no further pretense of danger.
Think you so?
If your honor judge it meet, I shall place you where you shall hear us confer this, and by an auricular assurance have your satisfaction, and that without any further delay than this very evening.
He cannot be such a monster to
Nor
his
is
father
not,
that so
sure.
tenderly and entirely loves him. Go, sir. Seek him out. Wind me unto him, I pray you. Frame the business after your own wisdom. These late eclipses in the sun and moon portend no good to us. We have seen the best of our time. Machinations, hollowness, treachery, and all ruinous disorders follow us disquietly to our graves.
This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often the surfeit of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains by necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherous by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence, and all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion by Whoremaster Man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major. And so that it follows, I am rough and lecherous. I should have been that I am had the maidenly star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Edgar.
Hey, how now, brother? What serious contemplation
When saw you my father last?
Did I come by?
Spake you with him?
2 hours together.
Parted you in good terms? Found you no displeasure in him by word or countenance?
No, not at all.
Bethink yourself, for you may have offended him, and at my entreaty forbear his presence till some little time hath qualified the heat of his displeasure, which at this instant so rageth in him, that with the mischief of your person it would scarcely allay.
Villain, unnatural, detested, brutish villain, worse than brutish. Go, Sirrah, seek him. I'll apprehend him. Abominable villain. Where is he? I do not know.
Some villain hath done me wrong.
That's my fear. I pray you, have a continent forbearance till the spite of his rage goes slower, and as I say, retire with me to my lodging, from whence I will fitly bring you to hear my lord speak. Pray ye, go. Here's my key. If you do stir abroad, go armed. Brother, I advise you to the best. Go armed. I be no honest man if there be any good meaning towards you. I told you what I've seen and heard, but frankly, nothing like the image and horror of it. Pray you away.
Oh, shall I hear from you anon?
I do serve you in this business.
If I can but other accents borrow, that can my speech diffuse, my good intent may carry itself through to that full issue by which I raised my likeness. Now banished Kent. If thou canst serve where thou dost stand condemned, so may it come. Thy master, whom thou lovest, shall find thee full of labors.
And now, what art thou?
A man, sir.
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
I do profess to be no less than I seem. A very honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king.
Thou be as poor for a subject as he is for a king? No, poor no. What wouldst thou?
Service.
Dost thou know me, fellow?
No, sir, but you have that in your countenance which I would fain call master.
What's that?
Authority.
What services canst thou do?
I can keep honest counsel, ride, run, and deliver a plain message bluntly. That which ordinary men are fit for, I am qualified in, and the best of me is diligence.
How old art thou?
Not so young, sir, to love a woman for singing, nor so old to dote on her for anything.
Follow me. If I like thee no worse after dinner, I'll not part from thee yet. Dinner! Oh, dinner! Where's my food? Where's my name? My food! Where's my daughter? Go, you call my fool here. Where's my name? My fool! Hey! Hey! Where's my daughter? What's that? Call the clock hole back! Where's my fool, Ho? I think the world is asleep.
She says, my lord, your daughter is not well.
Why came not the slave back when I called?
Sir, she answered me in the roundest manner. She would not.
Would not?
Look, I know not what the matter is, but to my judgment, your highness is not entertained with your ceremonious affection as you were wont. There's a great abatement of kindness appears as well as in the general dependence, as in the Duke himself also and your daughter. I beseech you, pardon me, my lord, if I be mistaken. My duty cannot be silent when I think your highness wrong.
Where's my fool? I have not seen him this 2 days. And call my fool hither! Oh, you, come you hither. Who am I? Who am I?
My lady's father.
Oh, my lady's father, yeah. My lord knave, you whoreson's dog! You cur, you slave! Do you barely look with me, you rascal!
I'll teach you differences. Away, go to. Have you wisdom? So!
Now, my good knave, I thank thee. Thou shalt, sir.
Let me hire him too.
My friendly knave, how's up?
Sarah, you would best take my coxcomb.
Why?
For taking one's part that's out of favor. This fellow has banished 2 one's daughters and did the 3rd blessing against his will. If thou follow him, thou must needs wear my coxcomb. Oh, how not, uncle? Would I have 2 coxcombs and 2 daughters?
Why, my boy?
If I gave them all my living, I'd keep my coxcombs myself. There's mine, beg another of thy daughters.
Zero on the whip.
Zero, I'll teach thee a speech. Have more than thou showest, speak less than thou knowest, let less than thou owest, ride more than thou goest, learn more than thou trowest, set less than thou throwest. Leave thy drink and thy whore, and keep in a door, and thou shalt have more than 2 tens to a score.
This is nothing, fool.
Then 'tis like the breath of an unfeed lawyer. You gave me nothing for it. Can you make no use of nothing, uncle?
No, my boy. Nothing can be made of it.
Well, prithee, tell him so much the rent of his land comes to. He will not believe a fool.
A bitter fool.
Dost thou know the difference, my boy, between a bitter fool and a sweet fool?
No, teach me.
That lord that counseled thee to give away thy land, come place him here by me. Do thou for him stand. The sweet and bitter fool will presently appear. The one in motley here, the other found out there.
Oh.
Dost thou call me fool, boy? All thy other titles thou hast given away, that thou wast born with.
I didn't expect you, Vincent. Why did you come?
You invited me for a nightcap, baby. Remember?
You're being presumptuous. That doesn't give you any priority.
Does any here know me? This is not Lear. Do Lear walk thus, speak thus? Where are his eyes? Either his notion weakens, his discernings are lethargied. Huh. Waking. 'Tis not so. Who is it that can tell me who I am?
Lear's shadow.
Did my father strike my gentleman for chiding at his fool?
Yes, madam.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into some gross crime or other that set us all at odds. I'll not endure it. His nights grow riotous and himself upbraids us on every trifle. When he returns from hunting, I'll not speak with him. Say I am sick. But on what weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. I'll become the question. If he doesn't like it, let him to my sister, whose mind and mine, and that I know are one, not to be overruled. That old man, what so would manage the authorities that he has given away. In my life, old fools are babes again, and must be used with checks of flattery when they are seen abused. No.
Nuncle, give me an egg, Nuncle, and I'll give thee 2 crowns.
What 2 crowns shall they be?
Why, after I have cut the egg i' the middle and eat up the meat, the 2 crowns of the egg. When thou clovest thy crown i' the middle and gavest away both parts, thou borest thine ass on thy back o'er the dirt. Thou hast little wit in thy bald crown when thou gavest thy golden one away. If I speak like myself in this, let him be whipped that first finds it so. Fools had ne'er less wit in a year, for wise men are grown foppish. They know not how their wits to wear, their manners are so apish.
When were you so wantedly full of song, sir?
I've used it, Nuncle, ever since thou madest thy daughters thy mothers. For when thou gavest them the rod and putst down thine own breeches, then they for sudden joy did weep, and I for sorrow sung, that such a king should play bo peep and go the fools among. Prithee, Nuncle, keep a schoolmaster that can teach thy fool to lie. I would fain learn to lie.
Yeah, and you lie, sir, I will have you whipped.
I marvel what kin thou and thy daughters are. They'll have me whipped for speaking true, thou'lt have me whipped for lying, and sometimes I'm whipped for holding my peace. I'd rather be any kind of thing than a fool, and yet
I would not be thee, uncle. Thou hast paired thy wit o' both sides, and left nothing in the middle.
Oh! How now, daughter? What makes that front lid on? He thinks you are too much a lady to frown.
Thou wast a pretty fellow when thou hast no need to care for her frowning. Now thou art an O without a figure. I'm better than thou art now. I'm a fool, thou art nothing.
Yes, forsooth. I'll hold my tongue.
Not only, sir, this your all-licensed fool, but other of your insolent retinue do hourly carp and quarrel, breaking forth in rank and not to be endured riots. Sir, I had thought by making this well known unto you to have found a safe redress, but now grow fearful by what yourself too late have spoke and done, that you protect this course and put it on, which, if you should, the fault would not scape censure, nor the redress asleep, which else were shame, that the necessity will call discreet proceeding.
Are you our daughter?
No, come, sir. I would you would make use of that good wisdom, or if I know you are fraught, and put
Your
away these
name, fair
dispositions. That this
gentlewoman?
admiration, sir, is much of the savor of other your new pranks. I do beseech you to understand my purposes aright. As you are old and reverend, you should be wise. Here do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold, that this our court, infected with their manners, shows like a riotous inn. Epicurism and lust make it more like a tavern or a brothel than a graced palace. The shame itself does speak for instant remedy. Being then by her desired, that else will take the things she begs, a little to this quantity your train, and the remainder that shall still depend to me such men as may besort your age and know themselves and you.
Goddamn devils! Calm my train together. I will not trouble thee.
You strike my people, and your
daughter.
disordered rabble
Oh,
makes
woe
servants of
that
their
too
betters.
late repents.
Hey,
Oh,
sir,
sir,
be patient.
are you come? Ingratitude, thou marble-hearted fiend. Detested kite, thou liest. My train are men of choice and rarest parts, that all particulars of duty know, and in the most exact regard support the worships of their name. Oh, most small fault, how ugly didst thou in Cordelia show, that like an engine wrenched my frame of nature from the fixed place, drew from heart all love, and added to the gall. Oh, Lear, 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 thee has escaped by thy folly, striking his head and thy good judgment out!
I am useless, as I am ignorant of what hath moved you.
Yeah, it may be so, my lord. Here. Dear nature, here. Dear goddess, here. Suspend thy purpose, if thou didst intend to make this creature fruitful. Into her womb, convey sterility, dry up her organs of increase, and from her derogate body, never spring a babe to honor her. Or if she must deem, make it a child's spleen, that it may live to be athwart disnatured torment to her. Let it stamp wrinkles in her brow of youth, with cadent tears fret channels in her cheeks. All her mother's pains and benefits turn to laughter and contempt, so that she may feel how sharper than the serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child!
I am ashamed that thou hast power to shake my manhood thus. That these hot tears which break from me perforce should think thee worth them. The untented woundings of a father's curse pierce every sense about thee. Hold fond eyes, beweep this cause again, and I will pluck ye out and cast you away with the waters that you lose to temper clay. So it's come to this. Let his be so. Yet I have left a daughter, who I am sure is kind and comfortable. When she hears this of thee, with her nails she'll flay thy wolfish visage. Thou shalt find I'll resume the shape which thou dost think I have cast off forever. Thou shalt! I warn thee!
Gods that we adore, whereof comes this? I cannot be so partial, Goneril, to the great love that I bear you.
Pray you content. You, sir, more knave than fool, after your master.
Nuncle Lear! Nuncle Lear! Tarry, take the fool with thee!
This man hath had good counsel. 100 knights! Yes, 'tis politic and safe at point to keep 100 knights. That on every dream, each buzz, each fancy, each complaint, dislike, he may guard his dotage with their powers and hold our lives in mercy.
Well, you may fear too far.
Safer than trust too far. I know his heart. What he hath uttered I shall write my sister. If she sustain him and his 100 knights when I have showed them fitness. Take you some company, and to our Regan. Inform her of my particular fears, and thereto add such reasons of your own as may compact it more. Get you gone and hasten your return. Oh, no, my lord. This milky gentleness and course of yours, though I condemn not, yet under pardon, you are much more tasked for want of wisdom than praised for harmful mildness.
Go you before the Gloucester. Acquaint my daughter no further with anything you know than comes from her demand. If your diligence be not speedy, I'll be there before you.
I shall not rest, my lord, until I have delivered your message.
If a man's brains were in his heels, were it not in danger of kibes, aye, my boy, then, I prithee be merry, thy wit shall ne'er go slipshod. Shalt see, thy other daughter will use thee kindly, for though she's as like this as a crab's like an apple, yet I can tell what I can tell.
Why? What canst thou tell me, my boy?
She will taste as like this as a crab does to a crab. Thou canst tell why one's nose stands in the middle of one's face.
No.
Why, to keep one's eyes of either side's nose, that what a man cannot smell out, he may spy into.
I did her wrong.
Canst tell how an oyster makes a shell?
No.
Nor I neither. But I can tell why a snail has a house.
Why, my boy?
Why? To keep his head in. Not to give it away to his daughters and leave his horns without a case.
So kind of father, I will forget my nature.
The reason why the 7 stars are no more than 7 is a pretty reason.
Because they're not 8.
Yes! Indeed! That would make a good fool.
To get perforce. Monster ingratitude!
If thou wert my fool, nuncle, I'd have thee beaten for being old before thy time.
Says that.
Thou shouldst not have been old till thou hadst been wise.
Oh, let me not be mad. Not mad, sweet heaven. Keep me in temper. I would not be mad.
The Duke be here tonight? The better, best. This weaves itself perforce into my business. My father has set guard to take my brother, and I have but one thing. I have a queasy question which I must add. Braveness and fortune, work. Brother, descend. Brother, a word I say. Oh, my father watches. Oh, sir, fly this place. Intelligence is given where you are hid. You now have the good advantage of the night. Have you not spoken against the Duke of Cornwall? He's coming now, hither in the night, and the haste and rigging with him. Have you nothing upon his party spoken against the Duke of Albany? Advise yourself.
I am short, not a word.
Draw. Seem to defend yourself. Some blood drawn on me would beget more opinion of my more fierce endeavor. I've seen drunkards do more than this in sport. Fly, brother! So farewell, brother. I believe.
Where is the villain, Edmund?
Fled this way, sir. When by no means he could.
By no means what?
Persuade me to the murder of your lordship. But that he told him the revenging gods against parasites did all their thunders bend. Spoke with how manifold and strong a bond a child was bound to father. Sir, and seeing how low the opposite I stood to his unnatural purpose,
Let him fly far, not in this land shall he remain uncaught, that he which finds him shall deserve our thanks, bringing the murderous coward to the stake, he that conceals him death.
Cursed speech I threatened to discover him. He replied, thou unpossessing bastard. Dost thou think if I would stand before thee with a proposal of any trust, worth, or virtue in thee make thy words faith? No.
I never got him. All ports I'll bar, the villain shall not escape. Loyal and natural boy, I'll work the means to make you capable.
How now, my noble friend? Since I've come hither, which I can scarce call but now, I've heard strange news.
What? True, all vengeance comes too short, which can pursue the offender. How does my lord?
Oh, madam, my old heart is cracked. It's cracked.
What? Did my father's godson seek your life? He whom my father named, your Edgar?
Was he not companioned with the riotous knight who attend upon my father?
He was of that consort.
Well, no marvel, though, then ye were ill-affected. 'Tis they have put him on the old man's death to have the expense and waste of his revenues. I have this present evening with my sister. Well informed, then, with such cautions, that if they come to sojourn at my house, I'll not...
Edmund! I hear you have done your father a childlike office. 'Twas my duty, sir.
He did bewray his practice and receive this hurt you see, striving to apprehend him.
Where is he pursued?
Aye, my good lord.
If he be taken, he shall never more be feared. Make your purpose how my strength please.